Okay. Okay. This is the committee meeting of the Land Use Committee of Community Board 12, March 13th at 19:27 hours, concerning requests for continued variance, which is already 2 years overdue. And the number is BSA 319-53-B23. And it's doing business as, well, it's 222nd Street Realty doing business as 222nd Auto Repair Shop. The counsel for the requestee failed to show up. He said he got mixed up, but this is the consistency of what this application has been. They tried to go around the board. The SBA was very unhappy, BSA, I should say, was very unhappy about what they were trying to do and told them they had to come to the board. We went out of our way to accommodate them, and they still don't show up with the excuse, oh, I got my days mixed up. Well, you know something? I don't buy it because they haven't been honest with us since day one. The last time we gave them a variance, which was about, well, 10, 12, now 13 years ago, they were supposed to clean up their act. It lasted 3 days and they were back to doing what they did before. The people in that community have a right that live in decent area, and they definitely do not provide as a good neighbor. 47 Precinct has constant complaints about them. They violate their 10-car limit. They got cars parked all over on the sidewalk, in the street, and they're not a good neighbor. And that's my statement on them. If we were taking it, we'll try to get more of the neighbors in and around the site to come to the next hearing, which we'll have in April. And being that said, I'm requesting a motion from a land use person, committee member, to close the meeting.
Oh, aren't we going to request a letter? Ursula said we needed a letter.
Ursula,
since I got in touch with him, and we agreed that he can come back in April, it's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Just a quick question.
Yeah,
is he gonna slither around us? And is there any reason where if we don't kind of put our statement, our sentiment in writing now, is he gonna use that to his advantage?
No, he can't, because BSA won't entertain him unless he comes to the board.
Correct. He already went to BSA and they said nope. No dice. You got to go to community board. They're not acting on it.
So that's your answer, Luke.
Got it.
Okay. So we'll have him here. We'll have him here for the April meeting. But I want to show you this is consistent on the way they treat their neighbors. And even if you don't live on 222nd Street in the area, we are still neighbors in all Community Board 12. What happens there could affect us over wherever you live in Community Board 12. So I need a motion to close the hearing, for the meeting.
Quick question, though. I actually have a discussion item that I would like to, if there's a new business section, I'd like to ask.
Well, we don't. You should have been on the agenda, but Luke, I'll give you a break. What do you have to say?
So I wanted to make a comment that Governor Hochul has put together this a housing compact, which requires each community district to accommodate a 3% increase in housing supply for every 3 years.
Luke, as I said before, we're working on that. I told you we checked vacant sites for housing, and Ursula was along for the ride.
Right.
I told you we did this already, and it will come to the land use committee.
Okay, I just wanted to kind of mention this because it's an interesting thing that's happening and to give some information to people who might not have been in the loop about that walkthrough.
Well, it'll be taken care of. We will have a hearing on any property we may decide to ask them to look at.
Understood.
Okay? Thank you, Luke.
Hey, Carl, good evening. I just wanted to add that Ursula sent out an email that had pictures and everything of the walkthrough. And there was also an email that was sent out from Kevin Riley's office with pictures and everything from the walkthrough.
Yeah,
So
no,
just
I
in
have
case.
it. Thank
No,
you.
I know,
I
I know
have it.
you, I know you do. I know that. But I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I don't have it. I don't
Let's
have
save
it.
I don't
it for
have
everybody else. It's online. Check your email.
Okay.
I don't think I've
What
received
date?
that
What
email.
date? What date is it on?
What day was it that they went?
No, what is the date the email was sent out?
I'm not sure. I'll find it for you, Anthony. I'll send
Okay,
it to you.
thank you.
Is
All
that
right, thank
something
you.
that's just being submitted, sent out to committee members, or is that all board
I'll
members?
send it out right now. Just
Okay.
give me 5 minutes.
Just curious.
All right,
Thanks.
thanks. Tolene, your hair looks
Okay.
fabulous.
Carl, this is Queenie. I'm happy to second your motion to close the meeting. Just two very brief questions for you. The first is, would you like to note for the record who the applicant spoke to inform that they weren't going to appear? And second, do you want on the record which committee members are present?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Thank you, Queenie. Thank you.
Hey, Carl, can we put in that notation that we had to reach out to him for him to call us back? He didn't call us. We called him.
Yeah, well, we could put Queenie, you can put that notation in the minutes.
Yeah. So who did the applicant speak to?
Ursula.
Ursula
Okay.
had to call him. He didn't call her.
Yeah, Ursula called him.
Okay, perfect.
So-
So, Carl, do you want to take attendance or would you like me to run through the names of committee members?
Well, is everybody in the committee here except for Alfredo, right?
Alfredo and Ms. Benitez. And they
I
both
can't
are
believe
excused.
you. Well, just make note of who was there. We know who was there. You don't have to call the roll because we're really not taking no action on this stuff tonight. We're just making a statement.
Okay, duly noted.
Right, so you had everybody other than Ms. Benitez and Mr. Alfredo who were excused, both of them.
Right. Which means we had 9 out of the 11 people present, which is more than a quorum.
Would you like me to make a
So-
motion to close the meeting?
Yes, I would.
Okay. I make a motion that we close our meeting for the Land Use Committee.
And who
Second
seconds it?
I second it. Anthony Reed.
What time? 7:36. And the time is 19:36. So I want to thank everybody for wasting their time coming out tonight, and appreciate your attendance. And we will take this up at the next meeting in April. And now that you all know what kind of people we're dealing with, I hope you keep that in your mind. What we had to give up a night, and he didn't show up. Okay, thank you.
Carl, I want to thank you for being on point with this and helping us to be a little bit more on point. I appreciate you, Carl.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
And
everyone.
may you all,
All right.
yeah,
Have
may
a
all
good
of
night,
you be
everyone.
blessed. Okay. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Y'all ain't playing about getting off here, boy. I swear.
Good night.
Good night.